Hey there, I'm Kim Jimenez, social media strategist and the creator of Zilch to Social, and now the Business Lounge. And in this video, we're going to be talking about my favorite strategies to run profitable Facebook ads for your online business. So if you're just a little bit curious and you want to learn more, make sure to stick around. So I'm super excited, you guys, because next month we're going to be releasing or launching the Business Lounge for online creators, and it's going to be an amazing membership site where I'm going to be teaching you everything that I know about running a profitable, successful online business. And this week we've been wrapping up the Smart Facebook Ads training program that's going to be released inside the membership next month. So I thought it would be the perfect time to talk a little bit more about Facebook ads and how you can utilize them to your advantage with much success. Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably heard about Facebook ads for quite a while now, and maybe you've dabbled a little bit in them and haven't had a lot of success, or maybe you're wanting to take things to the next level. Regardless, the strategy that I'm going to teach you today is going to help you whether you've been at it for a while or you're just getting started. But before we move on, I want to make sure you get the entire training series. And we actually released a couple days ago a brand new training just on Facebook ads mistakes. And I just go over the mistakes that I see most people make when it comes to Facebook advertising. So if you haven't watched that video yet, make sure to click on the link in the description. It's also going to be linked over on the blog. So depending on where you're watching this, if you're watching it on YouTube, description. If you're watching it on the blog, it's also going to be linked there. So go watch part 1 because that's going to really set the tone for this next video where we're going to talk all about strategy. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this strategy. And it's a very, very simple strategy, one that you might have already heard about, but you're probably not implementing. And it's actually the foundation of my own Facebook advertising strategy. It's something that I use every single month just to promote my content and to boost my sales. So it's something that I call the warm-up strategy. And it's a very simple strategy that you can run at any point in time with any kind of budget. And it goes as follows. What I do when I'm trying to either launch a new product or boost my sales, run a promotion, add more traffic, and I want to keep things really, really simple, is that I just create an epic piece of content, usually in the form of a blog post. And I go really in depth into that specific topic that leads into my product. So I'll give you an example in just a second where I'm going to hop behind the computer and just to show you what that looks like. But just so you have the big picture, I write an epic piece of content. It's very rich. There's a lot of details in there. And I either include a video, maybe a couple videos, just to walk people through the content, and then I send traffic to it. But I don't just send traffic to it and just leave it as is. I actually have within the blog post some opt-in opportunities or content upgrades where people can actually sign up to learn more about that specific topic. And so in the back end, I sell them my product through a sequence of emails. And that way I'm definitely capitalizing on that effort, and it takes very little amounts of time. Now, the other thing that I also do is I include ads within my actual blog post to an introductory offer. So this is a low ticket product, an introductory product. And for me, that is just my mini course. And again, you can use the same strategy whether you're using info products or you're using physical products. Maybe you're in retail and e-commerce. I'm going to show you an example of e-commerce and then an example of how you can do it if you're running any kind of information product. Maybe you're a coach or a consultant. And so I want you to check out this strategy because it's the simplest way to run profitable Facebook ads, and it doesn't require all this like crazy knowledge and technique and like split testing Of course, you always want to experiment, but it doesn't take the full-blown, Facebook strategy to get set up. And it's something that I see a lot of more advanced Facebook ads advertisers not really use frequently, because we get all excited about the super complex strategies, and we forget sometimes that sometimes the basic strategies are what works best. And so I'm going to hop behind the computer right now and show you what my Facebook ad looks like, what type of content I use to drive traffic to it, and then an example of another company that's doing it for physical products. Okay, so here we are behind the computer, and hopefully you're seeing my screen, and I'm going to be showing you kind of what I do when I'm driving traffic to my blog and how I monetize that through Facebook ads. So one of the strategies that kind of sparked this idea for me was something I learned from Digital Marketer, and I actually started following them a couple of years ago, and I really, really enjoyed this particular strategy where they teach you to splinter content from your paid offers. And so this works really well if you are in the info product business like I am. And what I did here was I took an introductory offer, which is just a mini course, and this mini course is all about creating content calendars. So what I did was I created a series of blog posts, and this one in particular is really detailed. And I literally, give people my best advice on how to create killer content calendars. And so as you can see, the blog is pretty extensive. We go into a lot of detail, and I'm not saying that the blog needs to be very long. It's just the quality of the content needs to be there. It has to be really great quality. You want to give as much value as possible and not really hold things back. So as you can see, we have lots of content, and then I actually have an ad right here that is telling people, hey, for a limited time, you can get access to the training module at a discounted price. And when they click here, they actually go to the sales page. Now, they might not always click and immediately purchase. So what I like to do is I like to put them on an email sequence as well. So you'll notice that throughout the blog, I also have the opportunity for them to download the Ultimate Content Calendar template, which is a lead magnet or a freebie or a content upgrade that goes right in line with what I'm talking about in the blog post, and is the next logical step in the buying process. So I'm telling them here, here's how you create a content calendar. I'm giving you the content calendar template, and on the back end, I'm going to be selling them the content calendar course. And so that way I'm having this progression of content and taking them through the relationship building aspect of really just a purchasing transaction. So the type of traffic that I drive to the specific blog post is usually cold traffic. And when I talk about cold traffic, we're simply talking about people that don't know your brand. So these are people that haven't heard from your brand. So we're not sending people that are already fans, and we're not sending people who are website visitors, although you can, and that's a good strategy. We're focusing on new eyeballs, and this is a great strategy when people haven't met you yet, because as we all know, Facebook is all about consumption. And so when we're driving ads or we're driving traffic to our content, not only are our ads less expensive, but they tend to get a lot more engagement. You're going to get a lot more clicks, and it's a great segue into building that relationship with a new blog reader or a new potential customer or client, because that way you're giving them, a lot of value up front, not asking for anything in exchange, but still giving them the opportunity to purchase from you if they want to learn more or if they actually want to put your product to use. So that's something that I think is a really great strategy, one that I recommend every business runs, because it just works, and it's built with this relationship mentality in mind, and that way you're going to get a lot more success than if you're just trying to send people to a sales page from Facebook. It's just not going to work that way, as well as if you are giving them value up front and you're doing it through content marketing, which is how you're supposed to be running Facebook ads to begin with. So this is the example for info products, but what if you're selling physical products online? Maybe you're in e-commerce, you're in retail. And before we move on to that example, I did want to state, if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're an author, you can still use the same info product model and simply change out and adapt it a little bit. So for example, instead of having the lead magnet, be more content, although it can be, maybe it's a video, a training, maybe it's a webinar, maybe it's a teleseminar, or perhaps it's a one-on-one consultation with you. And that way you can lead into the actual sale if you are coaching, if you're consulting, or doing any kind of sort of monthly recurring package. That way you can just adapt the same strategy. If you're an author, then of course you can replace maybe this lead magnet to offer people a free chapter of your book and then sell them on the book on the back end. So again, you want to think about different ways that you can adapt this to your specific business model. So now let's go into the e-commerce example that I want to show you. And so this is a really neat little company. It's called Bumblebee Linens, and this is Steve, I think it's Chu. I'm sorry if I'm totally messing up his last name, but Steve has this really cool company, and his wife and himself, they sell really amazing linens, and it's more like handkerchiefs, like custom handkerchiefs for weddings and special events. So what they do is, instead of just running traffic directly to their shop, they run traffic from Facebook over to a really cool blog post about how to use, handkerchiefs in your wedding. So 9 unique wedding ideas to make it extra special. And as you can see, there's a lot of pictures, and it's all, pictures that they've probably taken of their product. And as you can see, they go really in depth into this blog post, showing people how to use their product for their special occasion. And they have these really cool images where you can click to shop now, and that just takes you to the product they're using. And again, see, it's a very simple strategy. It's nothing complicated, but it works really, really well for them. And as you can see, they don't hold back. They show you all of these ideas. They tell you exactly how to do it. And then they even include some instructions on how to follow along with certain ideas so that you can recreate the same beautiful handkerchief for your own wedding. And so I love this idea. It's really, really effective. It works really well for them, and I don't see how you can be using it for your business. So again, it's all about adapting these strategies and using them in ways that are both innovative and creative, while still giving value up front and respecting the specific network. In this case, it's Facebook. So there you have it, a simple, straightforward way to run Facebook ads that is both very profitable and still respects the platform and really starts building that relationship with your ideal clients from the start. It's at the core and the foundation of my Facebook ad strategy. It's something that I use every single month to start building on that relationship with my cold audience and getting new people in the door and engaged with my content so that eventually I can sell them something of value. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, make sure to share this video with your friends. Leave me a comment below with any questions you might have. And if you want to learn even more about running profitable Facebook ads, you have to join us over on the Business Lounge, which is going to launch early September, so early next month. Get your buns over on the early bird list because you're going to get 50% off our monthly membership, and you're going to get access to a myriad of different courses all about online marketing and building your business online. So if you're interested in that, you can go over to KimberlyAnnJimenez.com/biz, or there's going to be a link in the description, or if you're watching this on the blog, then it's also going to be linked on the blog. But make sure to sign up because we're going to be offering some really cool bonuses, perks, and some really great discounts. I can't wait to see you inside, and if you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments below and make sure to subscribe. See you in the next video.